Hi. Yeah. My apologies. It's been a little bit of time since yesterday. I'm an avid music fan, obviously. Um, it probably means a little bit more to me than, is common for people my age. I don't know. I mean, like, I got this question, like, it means a lot to you, doesn't it? And it kind of astonished me because it was like, I don't know why more people aren't like this, because for me, like, there's such a, like, a spiritual connection to music in a way that, like, I guess you could say that religion never really did resonate on that level for me, but music, it drove it home. And a lot of the songs that I do love, like VNV Nation's Nemesis, are kind of pushing, a message that resonates on, a level that, it's not, it is. I guess you could say that, like, I'm not sure really that I believe that there's a realm out there that's, like, disconnected from the body ultimately, but I do know ultimately that science doesn't know everything yet, So maybe it's possible, but is it plausible? I'm not really convinced that it is. That something like that, it would be out there, that the spirit realm exists. But when I talk about spirituality, obviously we're not talking about that. We're just, like, there's a connection that I have to this, this song, and the way that it's talking about, because I too, feel that way. I feel very much so like there is a voice that isn't being heard, and it's often, women, I want justice for, and I want a world that is a just world, and the problem in a big way is that we don't actually live in one. I mean, I didn't come around ultimately to burst bubbles on that one because of the sheer sport and fun of convincing people that injustice was a prevalent aspect of our world. I mean, it doesn't feel good depriving people of a comforting delusion that they live in a cozy bubble of personal delusion that the world is a just place, because that doesn't feel good, like that's not, what people are like. But the problem is just that, the just world belief does lead to a lot of people, having victim blaming, you know what I mean? And that's my concern there. But yeah, I listen to music, and I've been a music fan for a long time. And if I get super defensive and anybody, being like, you must have lived under a rock, I mean, my apologies. I'm just, because of the fact that I came out against Ryan Upchurch, a lot of people have been coming at me, and because I'm not ultimately a member of the darling Republican Party that they're so, be smitten with, in spite of the fact that I have white skin, largely owing to the fact that I have no desire whatsoever to live in a white Christian, theocracy. And I'm not really ultimately a big Jesus freak or a fan of Jesus or the saints or any of religious such. I'm, completely non-religious and not a member of the Republican Party at all. And I think for me, I'm worried now because I see the white Christian nationalist, and I'm, it's like they're coming for our freedoms, and that's why I'm so critical of Christianity. Like it's not like that. It's like, there's this group of people that want to impose their religion on us. That's what it's all about. I mean, I'm perfectly content to let Christianity, Christians be Christians off in their own, little world. But the problem is just that they're trying to push their agenda on the rest of us. I mean, look at this abortion ban, and how many of these people that are members of the forced birther movements do you have to imagine are Jesus freaks, and that are doing it for some religious reason. And I can see right through them. I know that they're forced birthers. I know that the people that think that I'm being, dramatic are delusional themselves, and that I'm right, and that there's no possibility at all that their dismissal is valid. And you know how I know that? Because of the fact that I've been an avid supporter of things like the freaking, the Colorado free IUD program that has plummeted abortion rates in the state. I've always been like, why don't, instead of we banning a woman's right to choose in this, why don't we just attack the problem at the root, and prevent unwanted pregnancies from even taking place in the first place? But no, now IUDs are abortifacients, and we want to, prosecute the people that are pushing them for murder. I mean, sooner or later, you have to process and realize that the people that are pushing this are not so much, they're not even so much against abortions as they are natalist and birthers, pro birth, who want to basically force everybody to, bear offspring and whatnot, because of the fact that, their God told them to fill the earth and multiply, and they felt that there was no shelf life on that humans should keep doing that even as the planet burned down from climate change. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. I mean, like, this is just a fucked up situation, and these people, like, they want to push their will on all of the rest of us, and a lot of the rest of us don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want kids. I mean, I'm not sorry about it, but yeah, I mean, I'm super defensive here because my entire time here on YouTube, I've been basically berated by people constantly. I am not a member of the Republican Party. In fact, I'm a threat to it because I vote the other way. And they think that I'm evil.